going into our final game, final set, potentially the penultimate game of the tournament today between Songwriters and Team Predators. This is the finals. This is fight over Fernfeld. There is a Pyramidian involved. Let's take a look at the builds. First, for the Songwriters, we have the Duck Duck Goose. Is a Hwachafish piloted by Nano Duckling. Left side light carronade, right side light carronade. Their ally is the D Sandwich, piloted by Finks. It is a, take my time with this one, center Merc refield gun, lower left Gatling, lower right Hades, far left Flare, far right Banshee. And for Team Predators, we have the St. Glaswegian Kiss. It is a light carronade Artemis Pyramidian with a left side flamethrower flare gun. And finally, the Flame Box, piloted by Fiasco Total. It is a Hades Mobula, Artemis, carronade. So the Glaswegian is definitely going to be the most vulnerable out of all of these ships. So if they want to get a good engagement, they're going to have to utilize the terrain to move in close. They will not be able to charge through a clearing because they will take too much damage. And it looks like both the red ships are realizing this. They're going to pursue the Glaswegian Kiss with Flamebox trailing behind. Let's see if we can get some good Hades hits. Doing a little bit of damage, not able to take down the whole armor. This is real bad for the Blue Pyramidian if Songwriters manages to close the distance here. They're trying to moonshine. They're moonshining backwards. They're actually staying alive long enough for the flame boxes that is putting a lot of damage onto the D-Sandwich. Those Hades are hooking in. This Pyramidian's has somehow stayed alive for quite a while. But ooh, bad Hwacha barrage into the balloon of the Glaswegian Kiss. This has given them the opportunity to bring those front guns to bear and disable the Duck Duck Goose's Hwacha theoretically, but they're actually not able to get to this Theracos. Hwacha is down on the Duck Duck Goose, damaging the balloon a bit. But the Carrot Pyramidian does take a while to actually get the kill. And in the meantime, the Sandwich is going to close the distance, targeting the Pyra. Some nice close range Hades. Hades Merc, that's right. Hades Merc Gatling. So all piercing damage for the D Sandwich. He saw them get a fairly fast armor shred, but they're going to be relying heavily on their ally, the Hwachafish, to actually get the kills. Some Banshees coming out, doing a little bit of damage. And with the next armor break, the Pyramidian's probably going to be going down. The Flame Box is trying really hard to out DPS these ships. But they're not getting solid enough Hades hits to get any armor strips. And the Duck Duck Goose now is leaving to finally go deal with the Flame Box. Just as the whole armor goes down too on the D Sandwich. Ooh, one Artemis, two Artemis. Okay, just whole armor rebuilt on the D Sandwich. They might be able to get a kill on the D Sandwich here if they can. Duck Duck Goose, Nano Duckling trying really hard to block the Flamebox's guns. Not able to save his ally, but he might be able to avenge him if he can get a kill on the Flamebox. Instead, he's choosing to try and disengage. He sees the Glaswegian Kiss behind him. He doesn't want to start taking Artemis to his engines. maybe that's their strategy. Maybe that's this Predator strategy. They're like, okay, what if we brought a Pyramidion? And everyone knows that the Pyramidion is the worst ship in the game. So they are going to target our Pyrrha and chase them, assuming they can get a fast kill. But in reality, the Pyramidion is just a distraction so that the Mobula can pelt them with all of their guns from behind. However, while that made-up strategy may have worked in the first engagement, now that the Glaswegian Kiss is so heavily damaged, I don't think... They're going to die so fast if that whole armor ever goes down. And considering the D-Sandwich is bringing that Merc Hades Gatling, that armor is definitely going to go down. It looks like they're going to be playing this a lot more defensively now. They don't want to expose their Pyramidion to the damage of the red team. I don't know about this decision from the Duck Duck Goose. They've ducked around to the side of the gun with blue team, and if Flamebox drops down, they're going to have a potentially a solid 2v1. Instead, he's opting to continue firing on the D-Sandwich, taking down the whole armor. And the Artemises are coming in, actually doing a ton of damage to the Sandwich. Barely able to secure whole armor in time to stay alive. But on the next break, I think they're going to be able to kill this red Mobula. But it is a race. They have to do it before their own Pyramidion goes down. Oh, this is almost a really great situation for the Predators. Gone bad. That Pyramidion exposing itself and dying just as the D-Sandwich is about to die. And Duck Duck Goose has a good fight on his hands with the Flamebox. With the D-Sandwich. D-Sandwich is going to be able to support with their long-range piercing weapons. Once the armor is down, one solid Hwacha connection will easily finish off the blue Mobula. Like, no problem. They are a little too high, though. Pyramidion has already spawned back in. And this is another issue. Pyramidion needs the... In this time... Well, I was going to say the Pyramidion needs to find a place to be safe when his ally goes down. Because I think his ally is definitely going to go down here. Like, there's no way he can survive this. And because of the engagement, the St. Glaswegian Kiss deciding to take this close spawn, this seems like a big mistake. There's really, because, like, this... I mean, look around. There's really nowhere. This is one of the most vulnerable spawns in the game. It's just totally out in the open. There's nowhere to hide. But it does look like Red Team, for whatever reason, opting not to hunt down the Pyramidion. Backing up instead. Maybe they didn't see the Pyramidion. I'm not quite sure. But they have positioned themselves so that they can intercept the Flamebox. But in doing so, they will expose their rear to the Pyramidion. So if the Pyramidion moonshines in, they might be able have an opportunity to get an okay ram. Sandwich taking the rear. Sandwich is heavily damaged, so he's going to have to be very careful with his positioning. He does not want to lose his whole armor at any point because he will die immediately. Glaswegian Kiss coming in high, Light Carronade coming in. Flamebox not quite in arcs yet. Doing a little bit of damage to the Duck Duck Goose, but the Gatling, this Glaswegian Kiss is so vulnerable, but the Hades coming in on the D-Sandwich, taking down the whole armor. Just need one Artemis. And now they've got an advantageous position for the Predators. The score is tied up, so if they can take down the Duck Duck Goose here, they can take the lead. And considering the positioning, which previously this fight taking place in blue spawn, which seemed like it was going to be a bad spot for the blue team because the Pyramidion had spawned in by itself. Now the Duck Duck Goose is kind of lost behind enemy lines. Although it looks like blue team is not going to be fast enough to pursue, and they will get to safety. Unless we can maybe get a disable on this main engine. But that can be a pretty difficult shot with an Artemis. D Sandwich is going to be coming in, moving through center map. Glaswegian Kiss has taken the rear of this formation, so he's actually going to be vulnerable to the Sandwich's attack, forcing Flamebox to answer. D Sandwich, whole armor going down, Artemis coming out, a flare coming out as well in the middle of that fight. Looks like Duck Duck Goose is going to be leaving the Pyramidion, and he's going to be helping his ally with the flame box. I don't know if that's the best opportunity, because Hwacha Fish can kill a Pyramidion pretty quickly. But I guess they really just don't care about the Pyramid at all, and they're going to let it do whatever. And they've realized that the real threat is going to be the flame box. So as long as they can double team them. Good Hwacha Barrage, taking down the whole armor, taking down some guns. Duck Duck Goose is going to try to go for a ram, but Flamebox continuing to drop down. You really, when you have a ship with 2 Artemis, you really do not want to give the altitude advantage to the opponent. If we can get a ram here from the D Sandwich, or a ram here from the Duck Duck Goose. Oh, just barely able, barely not able. Duck Duck Goose losing his balloon during that ram, actually dropping him down. Very unfortunate. So Glaswegian contributing to this fight a little bit, and actually he's pushing the D Sandwich along, knocking out the horn. Flamebox might be able to drop missing, but Glaswegian able to kill that Mobula. You know, they say that Muse took the ram out of the Pyramidion with that last patch, but Mighty Keb showing that's not entirely the case. And the Duck Duck Goose is going to have to run away again. Oh, good hit on the main engine. Run, Nando Duckling, run. Whole armor going down. D Sandwich has taken a close spawn, so he will be circling around. Duck Duck Goose really needs to stay alive here. They do not want to go down to match point against the Predators. D Sandwich getting a good engagement on the flame box. Whole armor going down. Looks like they're not stationed on the Banshee yet. So a little late. At the same time, the Glaswegian Kiss is continuing to pursue the Duck Duck Goose. Duck Duck Goose returning a little bit of a light carronade. Oh, and that good long Hwacha actually able to kill the blue Mobula. Nice positioning from Nano Duckling. And Glaswegian, they need to get out of here. They cannot take a Hwacha barrage. That would be extremely bad for them. Pyramidion very vulnerable to the Hwacha, just due to its large eggplant shaped hitbox. Gonna Hydra up, gonna try to dodge this Gatling, but you're not gonna dodge a Mobula with verticality. That's just not how you want to do it. The Mobula is the master of verticality. And these Gatlings have good upward arcs. Actually good Artemis. Princess Tutu taking down most of the guns of the D Sandwich that were in use. Keeping them alive. Gatling getting out 2 shots before it goes down. And here's the light carronade damaging the balloon of the D Sandwich. And Flamebox, in the meantime, doing a lot of damage to the Duck Goose. So both the blue ships seemingly having a hold on their individual engagements, and now Flamebox turning to contribute its firepower to the D Sandwich. Hades stripping the hull armor. Balloon is down. He's popping drogue shoot. He's trying to stay in the air. Really need to keep that balloon up, man. Alright, Duck Goose is about to put another variable into this fight, but they get the disable with the Artemis. And they get the disable on their ship, taking down the red goldfish. And the Mobula. Who says Carrot is dead, Scrim? Who says Carrot is dead? I'll say a surprising victory from the Predators, because any victory involving a Pyramidian is surprising, but the superior firepower of the blue Mobula really carried them that game. Songwriters versus Team Predators, the last game in this set of our finals for today. They will be duking it out on Canyon Ambush. Going into the ship builds, first we have, for the Songwriters, the Duck Goose. It is a Hwachafish piloted by Nano Duckling with light carronades on either side. Their ally is the Killing Feature. Gatling on the front, Banshee on the right with another rear Banshee. For Team Predators, we have the St. Glaswegian Kiss, piloted by Mighty Keb. It is a light carronade Artemis Pyramidian with a left side flamethrower and flare gun, and finally, their ally, the Flamebox. It is a Mobula piloted by Fiasco Total. Hades in the center, Artemis, light carronade, Banshee. And it looks like we did have a short pause at the beginning of the match, so both teams going to be kind of feeling each other out. Always interesting to see how which direction the teams decide to go. Flamebox looks like blue team wants to go east, but Duck Goose is charging directly through the canyon. So it'll be important who gets the first spot here, and it looks like they've spotted Flamebox. So blue team knows something is up, but they're gonna go back into their spawn as Sphinx moves in to engage with his squid. Dodging down underneath the Flamebox. He's gonna let Duck Goose deal with that. They've decided that Glaswegian... No? Glaswegian Kiss is not the target. Killing Feature doing some evasive maneuvers. Maybe he hasn't quite decided who he wants to Yeah, a little indecisive with the Gatling gun there. Unfortunate. Not... Well, with the assistance of the flames, able to take down the whole armor of the Flamebox. And now he's turning his focus to the Glaswegian Kiss. Need a whole rebuild on the Flamebox. Taking a little bit of time there, not quite tanking the way they need to. Hwacha is going to come out, hit the Glaswegian Kiss. This is a really... it looks like he's taking a little bit of a bump. But it's a poor Hwacha barrage. And now the killing feature is taking some fire from the Glaswegian Kiss. Balloon's out. Some engines are out. Whole armor's out. Doesn't want to take too much damage from those Artemis. He's going to try to kerosene away. Flamebox staying high. He's going to keep the Duck Duck Goose suppressed. I think he's fairly confident that the Glaswegian Kiss will be able to finish off this squid, which looks to be the case so far. Duck Duck Goose is going to be descending, but can he do it fast enough to save his ally? I think that is actually going to be the case. Killing feature just bouncing away. And here comes the Hwacha barrage, taking down all the guns on the Glaswegian Kiss. Killing feature going to get away safely. But the Duck Duck Goose, in doing so, he's put himself in his own compromising position. So gonna take some fire from the flame box, not too much. Hwacha's still up. Nope. Okay, Hwacha's down just in time. That Hwacha would have been real bad for the Blue Pyramidion, and now killing feature going back to deal with the flame box yet again. Just as the Duck Duck Goose's armor goes down. Duck Duck Goose taking a little bit of a bump. Okay, so we have Glaswegian Kiss going for the squid. Flamebox, I imagine if he's going to try to put a little fire on the killing feature, but he needs to suppress the Duck Duck Goose as well. As you see the stray Artemis going out there. Not able to disable the Hwacha in time. But they do take down the whole armor. And the Duck Duck Goose is starting to get low. Speaking of which, the killing feature is starting to get low as you can go. And he goes down, finally succumbing to the disabling power of the carrot build. Leaving the Duck Duck Goose all alone. I guess he was the goose. So some trouble from red team. I feel like picking their targets. Because both these blue ships, particularly the Blue Pyramidion, should be fairly vulnerable if they decide to focus it. Like if the squid can... I mean, I guess they do need to be careful. Glaswegian Kiss, they have that Artemis and that Carronade, and that can be very annoying for the squid. You don't want to lose your engines. But I feel like if the killing feature should be able to get a good angle on the Pyramidion and just kill them with Gat Banshee. Because once again, the Pyramidion is not a very tanky ship. It's probably one of the easiest to kill with that combination of guns. And so red team has respawned. They've already tracked across the map. They're about to poke into blue spawn. So if spots going down shortly. We'll see who they decide to target. Looks like they not quite ready to commit. They want the Hwacha barrage to come out first on the Pyramidion before the squid moves forward. Squid already losing their whole armor, but they do have a good angle on the Mobula. Gatling's coming out. Let's see if we can get a hull break. Armor, bumping it. Not actually able to get the hull break, but the flame might be able to do it. Second Gatling definitely will. Banshee's going to come out. Flamebox going to have to hydro up. His balloon is heavily damaged at this point. But in doing so, he's managed to keep his arcs on the Duck Duck Goose while dodging. So Duck Duck Goose already taking a lot of damage, losing their balloon. Let's see if Killing Feature can finally kill one of these ships before the Duck Duck Goose succumbs to the Mobula's fire. Mobula's splitting off the fire on the squid a bit to get them off their ally. I feel like this is excellent target selection from blue team. Glaswegian going for a ram, bouncing off a bit, taking a Hwacha. That's okay. They have plenty of hull armor. They're not going to take any permanent damage, and they still have the Artemis up. So as long as they're able to keep the Hwacha suppressed, that red goldfish is not going to do anything. But the Killing Feature might. No, but if the Mobula kills him, armor potentially going down to Duck Duck Goose here. Yeah. And now the Killing Feature, I'm not sure if... It looks like he's just barely able to dodge some of those Artemis and escape. 2 engines down. 3 engines down. He's just barely able to get away. So while he has managed to live to fight another day, that does mean he's living to die another day. He's got to be so careful with what little health he has left. That's going to be a big problem in this next fight. There are a lot of hull breaks going down. Hopefully we don't see one right right here with no enemies around. That would be embarrassing. Come on, Finks, you can do it. I know you can do it. Alright, he is safely disembarked from the canyon wall. In the meantime, blue team has poked into the canyons a little bit. Duck Duck Goose has been spotted. We're going to start seeing some Hades and Artemis fire coming from the flame box. Killing Feature has gotten the flank on the blue Mobula. Glaswegian Kiss is coming. He's a little bit of pinball going on. But Killing Feature still has a good angle on the flame box, but maybe a little bit of miscommunication, because I feel like if that Hwacha had gone into the Mobula, it would have killed them. But they still might be able to pick up the point if they can get some well-timed Banshees, or maybe a Ram. Taking down the blue Mobula finally. Let's see if the Ryders can bring this game back. Killing Feature is still in a little bit of a precarious situation. He's heavily damaged. His balloon is down. Duck Goose cannot leave his ally for too long. He's going to have to get a good Hwacha brush here, take down those guns, and if they do, the squid should be safe. But they do have to get this kill. Flamebox is not too far away. And already you see Artemis shots coming in. Glaswegian Kiss opting to stay and fight. He's not going to run back into the spawn. He's rising up. He wants to give a better line of sight for his ally, the Flamebox, to support. Killing Feature, so close to dead. And yeah, Glaswegian Kiss, he wants to get away from this Hwacha. He's going to lead the Duck Duck Goose right into the waiting arms of the flame box. A little bit of value flamer off the side. Killing Feature, he's going to go in for a ram. Boom! 80% damage with one hit. But not able to get the kill, and unfortunately he's going to die for his troubles. Potentially. on this next armor break. Maybe. Yes. Finally, Artemis going down at just the right time to finish him off. Duck Duck Goose needs to disengage. This is match point for Team Predators. And if they win this, they will have brought back the set against Song Ryders, and they will be the SCS champions. So Duck Duck Goose does not want to give up this kill because it means giving up the tournament. And thankfully, Duck Duck Goose, being the surviving red member of this fight, has not taken too much damage. While the Glaswegian Kiss has, so that definitely is something that's working in the favor of the Song Ryders. A little bit of blind Hwacha going out. Flare from some... I guess that flare probably from the Glaswegian. Duck Duck Goose is moving in. He's found an angle on the flame box. Taking down all the front guns. Charging past. Potentially going for Rem. Let's see if Killing Feature can get the hull break on the Mobula. Glaswegian Kiss blocking, dropping down to prevent the Killing Feature's angle. But they have managed to get behind the flame box. Banshee's coming out. They need to very quickly get this kill because the Glaswegian is going to very quickly disable them. Oh, that Hwacha. Another situation where a cleaner Hwacha hit would have killed the Mobula. But they might be able to get it anyways with the Ram. Smashing him against the terrain. But they need to make sure the same doesn't happen to the Killing Feature. Oh no, Killing Feature is so heavily damaged, and the Artemis finishing them off. Very strong play from the Predators. Winning with that carrot build. I mean, will this be the final showing of Finks' Squid? Will he finally retire it? Somehow I doubt it. But congratulations for Team Predators for winning SCS 65.